Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Making Thorpe Park in Planet Coaster, and oh do I have a great episode for you all today. Before I start, I want to point out that this is episode 20 of the series now. We finally got to another kind of milestone. Episode 1 was actually uploaded on the 13th of February this year, so this series has been going on for 7 months nearly, so it's been quite a while. We're not even that far into the series yet. We've got so much more to do. But I'm going to get straight into tonight's video, as there has been so much information for me to talk about, and I don't really have that long to talk about it because I'm trying to stick to the amount of gameplay that I've got, so I don't really have the time to go back and record more gameplay. Yeah, I also just want to quickly say something else. I know that I released another Thorpe Park in Planet Coaster episode as my most recent video, but I have no other game to put this information over that would make sense, and I really want to be one of the first YouTubers to explain what's going on for Fright Nights at Thorpe Park this year. So yeah, I am sorry for that, but there may not be an episode of this next week, I'm not sure yet. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So this information was announced at about 6:30 yesterday when you guys are watching this, and the day that I'm scripting this and recording this, it was today. And yes, this is the first and hopefully last Thorpe Park and Planet Coaster video to be scripted. It's just so much information, as I said, I really need to know what I'm saying. I can't be scrolling through and pressing different buttons and all of that. So yeah, Thorpe Park put out a tweet saying, "Fear Seekers, the hashtag Fright Nights Festival is in town, but it's not all fun and games. This October, the island is home to 7 horrifying live action experiences, plus 2 terrifying scare mazes. Find out more and pre-book now." So, well, they also attached a link to their Fright Nights page on their website, which I'll link down below as well, just in case you can't find it or whatever. So to start with, what are the prices like? For an entry ticket, it'll be £42, which, to be honest, isn't that bad considering last year I think it was £55, but I could be wrong there. If you have plans of bringing a friend with Share the Fun passes, however, you'll have to think again, because that isn't going to happen. They've made it this year that they can't be used during Fright Nights. I'll let you guys think whatever you want of that. However, personally, I think that's pretty outrageous. But yeah, they're not that cheap anyway, as they've put the price up for the 3rd year running from £15 to £25. So they'd still be gaining a huge profit there. But I'm not really here to rant, so I'm just here to explain what's going on, really. So yeah, as you heard from the original tweet, there are less mazes this year, which makes sense as you do have to get close to people. So it's quite a good idea that they're limiting the amount of enclosed scare attractions they have. However, 2 of these mazes, they say 2, there is 2, but I think there's 3 from reading about it. So you guys will understand what I mean as well. So yeah, 2 of these mazes do have an upfront cost, both of them costing £10 per person, and each ticket can only be used once. So if you and a friend want to go into platform 15 twice, it'll be £40. There is a discount for pass holders from £10 to a whole £9, so they're giving us a £1 discount. Lucky us. So make sure you bring some spending money if you want to go into the mazes. As I said, one of the mazes is platform 15, but I will first start by talking about the scary experiences. So, firstly, they have partially returning Creek Freak Unchained. Last year they had the maze Creek Freak Massacre, but this year it appears to not be a maze, more of an experience. It says, "New for 2020, how much wood could a woodshop chop if a woodshop could chop you? The freaks of the creek have hacked their way out of the Creek Wood Sawmill and are wreaking havoc in the town. Tread carefully past the deranged family of lumberjacks, lest you find yourself chucking gasoline fumes on the wrong end of a chainsaw. Brace yourselves and prepare for the gruesome worst as you take on the Chainsaw Massacre madness of Creek Freaks Unchained." This seems like it'll be a scare. I don't know how to explain it because it almost seems like a maze. To me, that sounds like Creek Freak Massacre, and it just sounds like they've renamed it to say, "Oh, new for this year," when it obviously isn't. But even if it isn't a maze, it sounds amazing, and I'm really looking forward to going into it because last year I loved Creek Freak Massacre. That was the best maze in my opinion, so I am looking forward to going back to that. So, next we have the Festival Arena, and I am saying that right, it is Festival, it's not Festival. And it says, "New for 2020, a mysterious lingerie has rolled into the heart of the island. But is it all just smoke and mirrors? Step into the dusty and dilapidated festival arena and witness the notorious compere with their freakish cast astonish and disturb their willing spectators. This cabaret of carnage may sound fun, but will you leave shaking in fear or grinning in awe? That had a lot of long words in it, and I don't really appreciate that, to be honest with you. But this actually seems like it will be similar to the Big Top, to be honest, with the idea of mirrors and smoke and spectators and all of that. It kind of does seem like Big Top, and that also, adding on to that, people have seen one of the Big Top set pieces as we moved next to where Blair Witch was, so that could mean that they're bringing that into this attraction, which would be pretty interesting to see. I never actually got to go on Big Top, so I'm hoping this is quite similar. We also have the Howling of Lincoln Thorpe High. Chill out in the twilight with the students of Lincoln Thorpe High, but keep your wits about you and pray the moon isn't full. These creatures can be a more than little boisterous. New for 2020, you're invited to the Howling of Lincoln Thorpe High, and they're on the hunt for new recruits, but be warned, their bite is worse than their bark. This sounds to me like it'll be quite similar to Terror at Amity High, maybe another scare zone. It's not a remake of Terror at Amity High, because it is actually returning this year, but I'm interested to see how this will turn out. The logo has a werewolf, and it's obviously a werewolf due to the fact that they've said pray the moon isn't full, and that their bite is worse than their bark, so that just shows that they are definitely going to be doing something with werewolves there. So I'd have thought they'll just be actors dressed up as werewolves and then maybe have a dance where they will turn into werewolves from people. I'm not really sure, but it seems interesting. And to be honest, for me it gets better the further we go down, to be honest. So yeah, we also have the Swarm Invasion. This will take place on the Swarm Island after 3 PM, and it says new for 2020. Enter the dystopian wasteland after dark as the swarm has invaded, leaving a path of carnage and desolation in its wake. Head with caution as you pass through this alien-infested landscape and pray you aren't abducted by these otherworldly extraterrestrials. The Swarm Invasion. The end is now. This definitely sounds unique and interesting. I can't really get anything from that little piece of information there. It doesn't really seem to give any clues. Obviously it's going to be themed to the Swarm, and from the fact that it says otherworldly extraterrestrials, that seems like they'll just be actors dressed in alien costumes, which doesn't seem that exciting to me, but oh well. We've then got 3 returning attractions, so I won't go into too much detail into them. We have Terror Amity High, High School Sucks, Screenplex Cinema, and Rides in the Dark. Of course, the park is open this year until 9 PM instead of 10 PM during Friday night, so you'll definitely be able to get some really good night rides on some of their decent coasters. Now we have a very interesting and unique idea, and once again it seems to be a scare zone but with a bit of a twist, and I quite like it. It seems pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. It reads, near the crows nobody goes, are they watching? Nobody knows, mist passed down from generation, did that just move or was it your imagination? They roam and they creep in the dead of night, but blink and they're gone, out of sight. Near the crows nobody goes, are they watching? Nobody knows. This seems pretty creepy from the bit of information that we've got, but also really exciting. To me, it sounds like possibly the actors will be dressed similar to how people dressed in the bubonic plague, with those like really long beak masks. It kind of made them look like crows, I thought, and I'd say that's a pretty reasonable assumption. And if it is that, I think that would be pretty cool. And also, just to clarify that this does actually have a twist in it. It says appearing at various mystery locations from 3 PM. So you never actually know where the crows are, which to me would make it even more scary because, like, you've got no idea where they are. To me, it seems absolutely amazing, and I'm really looking forward to getting there for myself. And finally, for the last 2 attractions, both of these are upfront charges and they're both mazes. One is platform 15, and I won't go over that as it was there last year. I don't think it's really changed, to be honest, from what I read. The second, however, is new. It's called Roots of Evil. It says, unearth the horrors that lurk within a forsaken forest and prepare to meet the terrifying abominations that dwell within. Move discreetly through the dark undergrowth and pray your presence goes unnoticed, or risk becoming one of the forgotten forever. This looks like it'll be where Blair Witch was. I mean, it does say that it'll be opposite the Wilderness Restaurant, So to me, that shows that it will definitely be where Blair Witch was. It's a perfect position for it, really, isn't it? Because it's directly, well, it's got a forest, and Roots of Evil shows that it's going to be in a forest, and it says unearth, and well, it literally says Forsaken Forest in there. So yeah, it's definitely going to be in the Blair Witch area, and it seems pretty good to me. Obviously, we've seen no construction going on yet for mazes, really. Like, we've seen a little bit, but really not that much. But yeah, to me, that sounds great. And if I had the choice between paying for Platform 15 and Roots of Evil, I would definitely go Roots of Evil. I will literally only pay for Platform 15 this year if I hear absolutely amazing reviews, because I don't think it's worth £10 personally. But yeah, as I said, once again, both Roots of Evil and Platform 15 are upfront charges, which cost £10 per person per visit to the attraction. So make sure you've got a bit of money there to spend. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end this video here. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe. It really would mean so much. We are aiming for 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so if you can help out, that would be absolutely fantastic. Guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.